George admits that he can't be the best player on a championship caliber team. Said he had to be honest with himself that he would likely have to be the second best player on a championship caliber team. Let's talk about it. Check out the NBA Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. A lot of people didn't like him saying that. Like I said, honesty is really, you know, and being open and being honest about something. A lot of people ain't gonna be able to understand. Oh, he weak, you know, and if you just take the title out of context, he said that, you know, with, you know, the injuries that he was going through, him trying it in Indiana, and the injuries that he was going through, and the way the league was shaping up, which you mean, he was on the JJ Redick Old Man podcast, and he said the way the league was shaping up, with all he meant by all the super teams that was being formed, he said he couldn't do it by himself, and nobody can, you know, and you know, physically he breaks down. You know, I don't know if they try something different. Like I said, he's another guy that I'm not sure pick up enough weight to deal with the grind. This their whole strength and conditioning concept. You know, you had the what was the one, the CrossFit concept, and then the NBA, LeVar was talking about, LeVar Ball talking about how it's the resistant band concept now, where they don't pick up no weights. You got to pick up the weights, especially if you banging. And imagine football players not lifting weights. Like, bro, you couldn't fathom it. Same thing in football, basketball, even though it's not as physical, but you still run up and down the court all day. You still got to depend on your muscle. Michael Jordan had to add muscle. Look how Pippen was. Look how they was kind of built back in the day and stuff. But, you know, physically, I'm not sure. They ain't trying to do nothing different physically, bro. Look at it. They ain't trying to do nothing physically different in the NBA, bro. Like, Kawhi looked like, you know, he put on a lot of muscle from the ACL injury. But, you know, when is you going to hold up durability, bro? You know, you got to continue to pick it up, but no, he not. But apparently he not going to change nothing in strength and conditioning. I love Paul George's game. And, you know, you got to be real with yourself. And it's even hard. It's harder to be real with yourself, but it's hard, you know, it's hard to be real and be open, because people are going to say, well, I don't like him, and I knew he couldn't do it by. Nobody can. LeBron couldn't do it by himself. Michael couldn't do it by himself. Wilt, Jerry West, Bird. It was Bird, Parrish, McHale, Dennis Johnson. Man, they had a team. Old wore down Bill Walton off the bench. So this whole thing where, you know, he took, nobody can do, or you go out there and go 1 on 15 then. The reason you got a head coach, the reason you got assistant coach, the reason why you got, you know, what, about 9 people on the bench, whatever it is, it's a team sport. You know, so he said, I realized, he said I could score with the best of them, but, you know, but that really ain't my game. So I had to realize that, you know, I'm probably not going to be the best player in the game, and on a team, on a championship caliber team. I respect that, bro. And I respect people who honest and try to open up. And obviously on social media, you got people who honest and social media slander people, and people that committed suicide, people that crept into depression. And these are the same people at home. You got to realize and tell yourself, these are the same people who have embarrassing moments. These are the same people who going through depression. And this is their outlet, talking shit about somebody else. And to me, is weak. I respect somebody being open and honest. Okay. Some people say Anthony Davis is one of the top 5 talents in the league. He couldn't get it done in New Orleans. Nobody does. Nobody, you know, everybody needs somebody. You know, I don't understand the issue with it. Of course, people say you got the mentality you can get it done by, but in reality, you can't. And Luka Doncic finding that shit out the hard way. You can shoot well, you can get hot, you can carry them as far as you go, but you got to depend. Michael had to learn it. You got to trust John Paxson. You got to trust Scottie Pippen. You got to trust Phil Jackson. You got to trust Will Perdue. You got to trust Horace Grant. You got to trust Dennis Rodman. You got to trust these guys. You know, this ain't no Cypher filter or no Metal Gear Solid Snake mission, bruh. It's team oriented. It's team oriented. You know what's so funny about it is they say couples, men that's, people that's married tend to live longer. It's a reason for that, bro. Life is about team helping. A lot of people, choose to be introverts and choose to be lonely and all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, everybody needs somebody. You get in a jam, you need somebody. Fall off a little bit, you need somebody. You injured, you need shit done, you need somebody, regardless. Nobody get through this shit called life by themselves. And through life, you learn not to trust people. You learn people hurt you. You learn people, and you learn. You go through that point where you just, self to yourself. You go through that point where it's just you and shit. I get it. You go through that. But at some point, you get through that storm and you're on the other side. But I respect them being honest. And you're one of my favorite players. I respect that. And it was, he ain't have to say it. I mean, we could see it. The way the league shaping up. Good two-way player, good defender, good scorer. Just durability, him and Kawhi can't hold up. And that's cool. It's a lot of egos that got to be checked when you go into a locker room. You got to understand. What is it? 30-something, I don't know how many teams it is in the NBA. It's about what? 32 teams in the NBA, whatever. Think about that for a minute. About 15 spots per team. You know what I'm saying? About what? 400, 500, 600, 700 people. Like, bro, everybody got an ego. You make it to the league. Everybody can hoop. Everybody can play. Everybody think they the best. This is the elite of the elite. Everybody think they the shit. But think about how many egos get checked when the ball get to rolling. When they get to jumping and scoring and people falling into place. Everybody can play. But a lot of guys' egos gotta be checked at the door. And say, you know what, man, I gotta fall. Even the best player on the team gotta be like, I gotta trust these guys. Or you know what, I ain't got it tonight. So I gotta be a more facilitator or whatever it may be. I gotta defer. Today, but at some point if the Clippers or Paul George want to win the championship, he's gonna be a bunch of critical moments in the playoff run where he gonna have to be the best player on the floor. No ifs, ands, bets about it. It's gonna be critical moments where Paul George gonna have to be that guy. Real talk. It's gonna be critical moments, in the playoff run where Paul George gonna have to step up and be the best player on the floor. Fuck the Clippers. If it's the Hornets, if it's the Pelicans, if it's the Suns, it's gonna be some point where you gotta rise up and you're gonna have to be the best. You don't necessarily have to be the guy, but at some point, but everybody don't have that mentality where, shit, I'm the best, and then at some point when you ain't the best, if you would have checked your ego, you would have won a long time ago. You got to understand, when you part of something that's great, you got Chiefs and you got Indians. You got, too many Chiefs, not enough Indians. Somebody got to be the chief. Might be a couple Chiefs. Somebody got to be, the Indians. But everybody play a part. Everybody play a part. And if people don't play their roles, then you can't be successful. Amazon couldn't be successful if everybody didn't play their roles. General Motors couldn't be successful. General Electric couldn't be successful. U.S. Post Office couldn't be successful. Tesla couldn't be successful if everybody didn't play their role and stay within their role and do what they best. Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City couldn't have won the Super Bowl if everybody didn't play their roles. Everybody get caught up in people being honest and being open and, I don't like him no more, fuck him, you know what I'm saying? Or he a hoe or something like that, but everybody have vulnerable states. And for him to come out and be honest about it, bro, because, the hardest part is getting out here saying it. That's not the hard part. The hardest part is sitting there, laying there at night or looking in the mirror or sitting there and being honest with yourself. A lot of y'all can't be honest with yourself. And be like, damn, maybe I was wrong. Or damn, maybe I am the problem. Or damn, maybe I do need to change. You know what I'm saying? It's too much fighting the criticism. Like, oh man, he a hater. No, man, how you a hater? You know what I'm saying? And you asked to borrow him, you asked for him for $50. He just wants $50. So you said you're gonna have it on Friday. Now he the problem. How? Or the play was designed for you to, you know, passing it in bounds. You know what I'm saying, to Jeff so he could score. He could score or whatever. You pass it to Bill because that's your boy. He give it back to you. Shoot the ball, y'all lose. Come on, you know what the play was in the huddle. People be knowing they be dead wrong and be mad at everybody else for their failures. Man, you gotta eat it, and you ain't gonna be able to grow for real until you take accountability. So you gotta be accountable for you to be honest with yourself. You gotta take accountability and then be honest with yourself. So, but yeah, it's hard sometimes to say, damn, you know, maybe I do need to make an adjustment, or damn, you know, maybe I do need to work a little harder, or damn, you know, maybe I do need to defer to him. He the guy. You know, Shaq had to do it to Dwayne Wade. Gary Payton talked about it, like how he told Shaq, like, dog, it ain't your team no more. You can't take us as far as this kid Dwayne Wade can. And guess what? Egos was checked. You know, Shaq, there ain't no bigger ego in the league still in basketball. He checked the ego, listened to Gary Payton. Guess what? They rolled Dwayne Wade coattail and won a fucking championship. So, like I said, everybody play a role. Everybody can't be Thanos. Everybody can't be Superman. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be, you know, the top shotter. Everybody can't be Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. You know, Kobe had to check his ego. And Shaq wasn't going to check his. But guess what? Kobe got his time and he was the guy for a long time. So, check out the NBA Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button. It's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Link tree, the first link in the description. Peace.